Good evening, good people. Welcome to another 203K Tuesday. I'm your host, Aaron, the house person, and this is the place you come to find out everything you don't know about the 203K loan and learn how you can use the loan to help create, build, and sustain generational wealth. So, like normal, we like to have that starting lineup on the show, right? I like to talk to those people. Your point guard being your realtor, your shooting guard being your lender, your small forward being your consultant, your power forward being your contractor, and then of course the center holding you down, protecting your interests is the title company. But that's the people involved in helping you move from the beginning to the end of the 203K process. But I also like to talk to folks who have actually been through the 203K process, right? I like to get their perspective and share that with you guys because you can hear firsthand what they felt about it, how they went through it, how they navigated and all that good stuff. And then kind of put yourself in their shoes and can really envision yourself moving through that process as well. Of course, there's always going to be some, things that happen here, there, and everywhere, and that's in any process. But hearing the stories of folks kind of makes the process a little more tangible, makes it a little more real. And so today, I've got Mr. Damion Miles Sr. that's going to be joining us. So let me bring him on in right now. Damion, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother? What's going on? What's going on?
Man, I can't call it, just out here trying to help some folks learn some good things about, nope, wrong way, about 203K. Got to reverse.
Hey, hey, 203K is the gateway, man. It's the gateway.
I think so. I think so. And just trying to help a lot of other folks understand that what you just said is absolutely correct. It is the gateway. So what I would like to do is I got a few questions I want to ask you. So like hop right into the questions, and then afterwards just have a pretty much loose conversation about what's going on with you, and just go from there. That's cool.
Okay, sound good to me, brother. Let's go.
All right. So first up, how did you hear about the 203K loan?
I heard about the 203K loan from my realtor when I was looking for my first property to buy.
Mhm.
And that's how I found out about 203 product.
Okay. Okay. So what was it about the loan that like kind of excited you the most?
The best thing I like about the loan because where I was buying at, I needed to do rehab and I didn't want to come out of my own pocket. And the realtor was telling me that, hey, listen, you could qualify for a 203K. You could do this one or that one. I ended up doing, at that time, it was called a streamlined one. So they gave me 34,000 to fix up the property, and that was tremendous. And like I said, they take that and then they roll it into the loan. So I wasn't worried about any of the extra costs and stuff like that. It was just one monthly payment at which I made. I just had to go find me a certified 203K contractor. That was one of the stipulations of the 203K product.
Okay. Well, that kind of jumped ahead a little bit because the next question was which one did you do? But you did the streamline. Now it's actually called limited. I'm not sure. Well, I think they changed the name because the word streamline makes it kind of seem like it's going to be extremely fast. That's not necessarily the case. I mean, it's still some time involved with it, but the limited name just lets you know you have a limited budget versus the standard one, which there
Okay.
is no limit on the budget. So okay, so you got the streamline at the time with a limited one done. Now I think you kind of already answered this one as well, but did you find your realtor or your loan officer first?
I found my realtor first.
Okay.
I was completely oblivious when it came to buying a property and stuff like that because my first initial was they backstory of how I got into it was a little bit of adversity. It was like a custody issue. So I had to move from where I'm at because I wanted to be closer to my child. So I'm thinking, well, I'll go rent. I was having a conversation with my father, and he's like, listen, he was telling me how cheap stuff is down back where you from. You might as well just get a house. So, that do makes sense, because I'm thinking I'll probably spending about $700-800, and I was like, well, I could probably trickle that to a mortgage. And then my other mindset was like, listen, I want to where I was looking at the properties, I'm right by a college, so I could probably rent these rooms out. I was like, that was my that was my initial thought. I was like, yeah, I got this. So that's how I end up just going on Zillow, boom, 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 found a property, met a guy, came over, then I just stuck with him. We looked at about 8 properties, and then the house I ended up purchasing was a HUD house. And when you're dealing with the HUD house, you basically dealing with a computer. So I threw out some lowball number, and they actually accepted it. So boom, we go with that. Then he puts me with the lender, and then I go through that process. And I remember it was and all in closing, I had to bring $8,487.37.
Man, you got
So
that thing down to the penny.
yeah, hey, I say that because that number propelled me to the things in which I'm doing now. So that number it will always stick with me. You know what I mean? Because with that, you got to wire it before you get there.
Right.
Everything has to be there before you start signing. By the time you sign, and that's just nothing but a formality by then.
So again, you know, in your storytelling, you're answering questions before I get to answer them. Ask them perfectly okay, because you know you don't know the order. But so the next question was, how did you find your realtor? But you said you found them via doing a search on Zillow. Okay, and then also how did you find your loan officer? But I think you said the realtor.
Yeah, I got that from the realtor.
Gotcha. So from a scale of 1 to 10, you know, 10 being the highest, where would you kind of rank both of their expertise or knowledge rather of the 203K process?
I would rate both of their knowledges definitely at like a 9. My realtor, you know what I mean, he was hipping me to a lot of game and like a lot of knowledge that now I still use today, that in which I use in my investment and now also purchasing other properties. And that loan officer, we still have a relationship. She'll call and check on me and stuff like that. Let me know, oh, did we got a new product? You know, you could refinance to get your interest lower and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll give them. They were both knowledgeable, and they steered me in the right direction.
Okay, cool. Now, as far as your contractors, how did you go about finding them?
Oh, well, that's a story within itself, because the gentleman that I thought I was dealing with, he didn't have his MIHC license. So he was going through another guy, that which I was talking to this guy, and when things happened, this guy showed up, and I'm like, I don't know who you are. Oh, I'm the gentleman. I was like, ooh, kind of got me there. So it was like a little cloak and dagger, because I'm thinking I'm dealing with one guy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to give you some money back. You know what I mean? Because we didn't do this, but that's how I really got into it, because my property, I did a lot of work myself, because I know we had about this fund. So I'm like, what can I do myself? Because my mom like, well, I want to get some of this money back. So I did the whole demo myself. I did I was just doing so much stuff my work to save money, but I ended up not getting none of it, because the guy ended up getting it anyway. That's like that one thing. Like, once they say that number, that money is going to the contractor. So none of that negotiation of, yeah, well, we gonna do this. It don't it don't work like that. The money is going to the contractor.
So, as far as you said cloak and dagger. As far as like the main person or the person with the license and the piggyback guy who didn't have the license, like what would you say their knowledge base was as far as the 203K process, like on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say they had a pretty much, let's say like a 7, because the knowledge was there, but it wasn't complete. It was stuff they had heard, but they didn't know the concrete facts of how the 203K really works. But in my case, you only supposed to get 2 draws. I ended up getting 3 draws because I had to contact them, and they gave me another because the contractor ran out of money. So I had to contact them and word it, and they gave me another draw. So none of it really worked in how it was supposed to go. But I ended up getting 3 draws. I was only supposed to get 2. You know, because how I get it, they gave me half up front. It comes in my name. I sign it over to the contractor. Boom. It comes in UPS in the mail. Boom. Got the check. Gave it to him. Signed over. They started to work. And by the time this phase come, we need more money, or I'm gonna have to go do this job to continue on yours. I'm like, oh no, I can't be waiting. No. So I reached back out. They gave me some more, and then they ended up finishing the product. But I would say the knowledge was good, but their follow through wasn't the best. You know what I mean? Because everybody, you have to have some funds available for you to be taking these jobs. That's the number one thing. But a lot of the contractors take this to finish that, to get this money, to complete that, to continue on that. But you have to have those reserves in order for you to really to be going after a real 203K project. You know what I mean? Going forward, I know I would know that. And then you as the individual, you should have some reserve funds because you never know what may happen. Because in the property, I had a house inspection and a home inspection. They said like my HVAC unit was good, but it wasn't. Doing the rehab, no, that cost me $7,500. I had to come out that money, pay for that. That was out of my pocket. And then some of the upgrades I paid for out of my pocket. You know what I mean? Just to keep the project going for I wouldn't have no delays and stuff like that. But yeah, you always gotta have those reserves. You know what I mean? Somebody, like I said, they telling you could do something with, oh, just $1,000, you can get started, this, that, and the third. If that's your last $1,000, please do not start trying to and invest in certain things because it does take funds. You know what I mean? Don't be like, oh, I can do whatever. You gotta have some type of funds and reserves, or have somebody that has the funds. Have somebody that can swipe a credit card for you. You know what I mean? You gotta have plans ahead for you don't be for your job won't get stuck.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's very critical that the contractor understands the process and knows, hey, look, I mean, because your case was an exception, but you getting half up front, you got to do the job with half, and then you get really paid on the back end once
on the back end,
and then you get that final payout. But yeah, a lot of contractors who do try to float money. I mean, that's kind of a common thing, understandable, but like a regular job, you make a lot of money up front, but on a K, you're making your money on the back end. So you can't really just be floating money thinking it's going to be like a regular job. Like, no, you got to complete it and then you get paid on the back end. So, I mean, that's good that the financing was, willing to work with you and allow you to get that middle draw because, yeah, that could have been a bad situation right there. Man,
it'd have been more money out of my pocket.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, we don't like that. So, so what would you say was the worst part and the best part about the entire process?
I would say the worst part about it had to be dealing with the contract, the other guy, because I'd had previous conversations with my guy, and that wasn't relayed back to the other guy. So it was a big communication. You know, because I'm gonna get this back. Oh no, And once they start going back and forth, he didn't pay me for this, that, and the third. Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? But the best part of it was the 203K project propelled me to doing what I do now. You know what I mean? That showed me a whole nother avenue of building wealth for my family. You know what I mean? It showed me it gave me a tool that in which I can use to invest, and I can repeat the process. And that's the best thing that I learned, that I can repeat 203Ks over and over.
Now, even though you had a couple of little speed bumps dealing with middleman who wasn't relaying the message to the man, right? Had to come out of pocket a little bit for expenses that were unforeseen. Thought the HVAC was working, wasn't the situation. Would you recommend the 203K process for other people?
Yes, I if if it's your first time and you want to buy a home, my mindset is your first home is not going to be your forever home. So why not use a tool and a product of a 203K to, you can buy a duplex, triplex up to a quadplex, and stuff that may have a commercial unit. 3.5 down, don't matter the price. That's the best product. Because if the game is about leverage, so if you can leverage let's say if it's whatever's a million or 500,000, 3.5%. There's nothing better than that. That is the ultimate leverage of it. And then you have a product that you can use multiple times. Mm-hmm. Once you refinance, and then you can get rid of the PMI, then you can qualify for the 203K again, correct?
Yeah. Once you get out of the FHA loan, rinse, recycle, repeat. As long as it's your primary residence.
Well, you can write a letter. That's
hilarious. Oh, so you mentioned, I heard you say rooms for rent was something that you were thinking about, when you enter in the phase. Now, is that something you ended up pursuing?
Yes, it is. I end up pursuing that. And that house, when I bought it, was like 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. It had a funky layout. And when I redid the house, I opened up a wall. I made it 5 bedrooms, 2 full baths, 2 living rooms, fenced-in backyard. Total square footage 1,800. And so my concept of renting a house is I furnish the whole house. Everything is digital, from how you come in the house, how you access the rooms. Everything is through your phone. So there's no more keys. You don't got to worry about keys as a landlord. You don't got to come change the locks. We just erase the code. So each room, you get a 32-inch TV. You get a digital lock on the door. So only people that have the codes is me and you. You get a desk, a chair, and I put a wireless printer in there, and you also get a bed. My motto is, all you gotta do is bring your clothes and linen with me. I'll handle the rest. I mean, that's how I advertise to the area right now. Right now I'm down in Salisbury, Maryland, which is the Eastern Shore, Maryland. I'm right by Salisbury University. So in that town, we got Salisbury University, we have UMES, and we have Warwick. And then I do nurses and I do college kids. So that's my little niche right now. And right now, a bedroom is going $825.
Now, this is the house you did the K on?
Yep.
Hey, okay. $825, folks. I don't know if y'all heard that, but I heard it. But it sounds like, I mean, you rolled out the red carpet. I mean, it's coming with a television, it's coming with a desk, it's coming with a printer. Like, yep. I mean,
because I took it. I just took it back because I played ball. So when I first went to college, I mean, I'm from the East Shore town. So when I went to a JUCO 8 hours away in upstate New York, outside of Albany. I was at Troy. It was Troy, New York, Valley Community College, a JUCO. That was an 8-hour drive. So my mom packed up the Ultima. We couldn't even see out the windows, you know what I mean? Everything was in the Ultima. And then by the time I got to the apartment, I had to go to the Walmart, get this, get that. So my whole premise is when, as a parent, I'm a parent. So when you're sending your child off to college, you want safety, you want something nice. You just don't want to give them anything, and that's what I offer. The security, the safety, and okay, it can be classified as luxury, something good. You know what I mean? You still want to keep that standard for your child, even though they're not home. But now when hello.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you don't want to charge. But so like when your child gets home, they still have their bedroom. They didn't, I mean, it's still there. And then as a parent, you don't want to lug all that, back and forth. You know what I mean? All you got to do is say, bring their clothes and bring their linen. Everything else, we take care of that. And then also another service that I have a cleaning service come in once or twice a month to clean all the commons. That includes the living rooms and bathrooms, kitchens. They don't go into the bedrooms. I got then I have a guy that takes care of all the lawn work. And I've just been building relationships. I built relationships with school, the football teams, and just word of mouth. And then my fraternity brothers. I'm part of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I mean, they're sons, so it works out. I mean, like I said, I don't need to compete with the big giant of Walmart. I just need my 5 to 4 year. I'm good, and I treat them just like family. Time to time, I'll take over some water. We had the COVID, bleach, wipes, hand sanitizer, mask, stuff like that. I mean, like I just don't treat them just as income. Like I take care of them.
That's a great thing, man. Like I said, so red carpet may be an understatement because now that you added all the extra benefits that they get, like the wipes and the cleaning. So basically, they just gotta maintain their space once they cross their bedroom door. Other than that, we got somebody coming to take care of that for you.
I'll
So
take care of it.
Just keep your room clean or however you keep it, and focus on school. So that's
Yep.
yeah, that's gold star for you, sir. That's amazing.
Appreciate it.
So okay, no, let me back up real quick. When you finish that original 203K process, what was your equity position? Like, did you have equity in the home, or was it like?
Yes. So when I finished everything, like when I was going through the process, they gave a ARV that was like $30,000 under of what it appraised for when the house was done. So at that point, I had about probably maybe like 20,000 equity then, and now I'm probably on that probably for like 3 years now. Things have went up. So right now, sitting in the property, I have close to $30,000 in equity sitting at that house right now.
Okay, so got equity, got some great tenants in there that you're taking very very good
Monthly
care of.
income,
Yeah, yeah. Huh. Okay, and that's
consistent.
203K right there, huh?
That 203K did it for me. You know what I mean? Did it for me.
So you also mentioned that process helped you to start doing what you're doing now. So can you tell the people out there outside of providing top notch service at your rental, what you're actually out here doing now?
Well, you see, I had to put it in, put it in there. But now I am my own licensed MIC contractor for the state of Maryland and also Delaware now. Because with that, I'm like, I just demoed this house. I did that. I did that. Why am I paying you this money? And so I researched, say, what do I have to do to be a licensed, keyword licensed contractor? Keyword people licensed. You could get Joe Smo to do whatever, but if anything may happen, what I mean, that's on you. But yeah, I went and took the test. I'm thinking it's actually a test. It's an open book test. 55 questions. I think it was 58 questions, open book. Didn't even take me an hour to do. Boom. You pay, you pay that fee. and you good. I mean, you get licensed, you get bonded, insured, and licensed, and all that, and you are a licensed contractor. And but me, I like to think that every project I treat as if it's my home. So there's no cutting corners with me. I give you more than what you may ask. You know, my last one I did a nice thing with stained glass in the doors. They didn't ask for that, but when they seen it, oh man! And now because it is a historic home. Boom! So when you walk up, you see that now. I mean, it's really the small things that you have to give people. You know what I'm saying? It's the small things like that. And like I said, you got to treat it just like it is your home. You know what I mean? And that's how I treat it with the most professional. We are professional. We are professionals in what we do. Uh, Customer service, but at the day, the end product will always be to a very top standard. So like I said, so now we roll it all in one package. So I had the rental and management company, which is Out Acquisitions LLC. Then we have the contractor, which is W&M Development LLC. So we keep it all in house, you know. So I can manage it, I can fix it up. I just can't sell it. Now it's by myself. Or I just contact Aaron to do that for me. but yeah. So now like I said, the 203K propelled me to do all that which I do now because it opened my eyes to a tool. And you got to think as your toolbox. The more tools you have in your toolbox, the more things you can do. I mean, as simple as that. And just you gotta seek that knowledge of understanding. You know what I mean? Don't sit up and listen to what everybody else is telling you. Go find the facts for yourself. You know what I mean? Go get the facts, take the class or classes, whatever that in which you may want to do to gain more knowledge of something that the more you know, the more you can do. You know, it's simple as that. And like I said, the 203K has propelled me to do what I do, everything which I do in construction and real estate and investment. Because I had to rush to get here because I was leaving an investment with a potential investor to invest in a new project. So I had to get here and get what you wear.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, for people who may be thinking, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he might got a silver spoon and somebody hooked him up with, everything.
Oh man.
I don't know if I can do this 203K thing. Like, what would you say to folks as far as, wherever they may be in life, and if doing a 203K is something that's like even possible for them?
I mean, even if you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, hey, that's your prerogative. It depends on what you're gonna do with your own life. That is your own journey. You know what I mean? And I like to think, like I said, like adversity will show you more about yourself than anything. I deal with the 203K product because of adversity, and that propelled me to do what I'm doing now. But far as me, I mean, I'm a country boy from a small old town, man, where we all cousins. We ain't got no lines on the road, no street lights, no convenience stores, none of that. You know what I mean? First one to graduate college. You know, I didn't grow up with a father, grow up with a single mother. You know what I mean? So no, I deal with a lot of adversity, but to me, that stuff does not matter because in the world, people don't care about that stuff. It's about what you do, and they can actually see. I mean, and what you do behind closed doors, and where you need to be, that's building your character. That is building your armor. That's what it's doing. Because when you go out here every day, you have a fight with one person every single day you wake up, and that's yourself. Because sometimes yourself, you gonna doubt yourself, man. And once you convince the man in the mirror, you can conquer anything. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have a fight with yourself every single day you get up. You know what I mean? Because sometimes your harshest critic is yourself.
Man, sound like you might have your next lineup might be public speaking or something out here, man. I don't know. That was a good one right there. I feel like I'm about to go move a mountain right now. I like that.
Hey, but look, but like we said, like it takes brothers like you and giving us a platform that people can understand and listen to these stories and see these testimonies, you know what I mean? Because if they've been following you, you've had everybody on here for all walks of life, all shades of colors, all different career paths. You know what I mean? So this knowledge and this vehicle that in which we speak upon to the people and the vehicle in which you give us of your podcast, we are reaching the masses. But all praise go to you, King. I mean, you put this together. You are giving us the time to speak, impart knowledge and wisdom upon unto everybody. You know what I mean? Because we don't know who may come across this, and this may spark them. Next year, they may be on here. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'll say it first. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Nah, appreciate you. I mean, coming on to share your story because these stories need to be heard. And like you just said, someone may see this, next week, a year from now, and say, you know what, I can do that too. You're right, Damion. I'm about to go out there right now. I'm about to call a lender. I'm about to call Aaron. Or if you're not in my area, call whoever who can help you out with this process. So
Mhm.
I love it. I love it a
But
lot.
that's like, but they need something. That's another key part of investing and also in real estate. A dedicated agent or one or multiple ones. Like find your agent in the area, a hungry agent, a hungry. He got to be hungry. They gotta meet you drive because or the relationship's not going to work. Tell that agent your criteria, what you want. They go from there because you don't want them bringing you stuff. Like me, if you're dealing with me, I want the ugliest house on the block. It can have a little equity in there, whatever. I need this amount of bedrooms, this amount of square footage, and I want it in this location because my niche is my niche. I want it to be by a university or by a hospital. Why? Because I rent out every single room in my property. You know what I mean? That's my that's my niche. That's my area. That's what I stay in. Because real estate is so vast, you can do so much. You don't have to do everything. So I stay in my lane, boom, right there. You master that, get good at it, and then you can go into something else. But I stay colleges and hospitals. That's where I stay all day.
So and I like to tell folks, like as far as real estate, right? Comparing it to the medical field with doctors, the general doctor, general practitioner, they make pretty good money. But that brain surgeon, that heart surgeon, that specialist, they make great money. So it's perfectly okay to just have a discipline and focus on one thing and run your lane. It's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be trying to chase
Hey,
everything.
it's been good.
You know what I mean? Every golden nugget that you see, oh, that could work, that could work. It could work, but the thing that you're doing, the thing that you're choosing to do, that can work too. And just run that lane as fast as you can. And
Mm-hmm.
you may need help along the way.
Yes.
Help. Raise your hand. Say, hey, I need help. Help me. Perfectly okay. This is actually a sign of strength by saying, hey,
Yes.
I
And
understand.
growth.
Absolutely.
Asking for help is not a weakness. You know what I mean? And that's some things I can find as a man, I have to learn. You know, I can do everything myself. I can do it all on my own. No, nobody got anywhere by themselves. You know, we say self-made all the time, but somebody helped us to get to where we are.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We might have been out there on the street by ourselves or this, that, and the third, but somebody came along and gave us that assistance. I mean, it's just facts. You know what I mean? And let's say if you got a good nucleus, you got a good group of 5 or 6 core friends. Boom! Just what you can do when y'all start investing together. Just imagine when y'all start purchasing apartments together, developments together, strip malls together. You know what I mean? We don't always got to do everything by ourselves. It is okay to partner. It's okay. Listen, you don't have to get the whole 100%. You can get a piece of a piece of a piece.
Mhm.
As long as you're getting something, you know what I mean? So we don't always gotta be so hungry and greedy to get everything. No, 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 no.
I
Just
love it.
get your piece. Just get your piece.
Get your slice of the pie.
Mhm.
So for folks who say, you know what, I like what this brother's talking about. I mean, I like the fact that he's displayed a lot of care in the projects that he's done for himself, and that he said he would do the same thing for me if I was one of his clients. How can those folks get in contact with you?
Yes, I'm on the Instagram. You can for the management is Out Acquisitions LLC on Instagram for construction, rehab, anything like that. Any floors, bathroom, complete remodels. As W and M Development LLC, and that is also on Instagram. And the emails are as follows as the names I just gave to you. Just put at gmail.com on the on the end, and you will be able to get in contact with us. So just DM or email.
Now, in the Out, if I'm not mistaken, you have a special spelling. So if you could lay that on them
Oh
as
yeah. And Out is OWT Acquisitions LLC, not OUT. And for if you in Greek life, especially if you the bros, you know what I'm for. And that's also another form of brand recognition because if you see Out, you know that I am a brother. You know what I mean? And you know what that means. So you already know, all right, boom, I know, boom, okay, I understand it. So dude, it's just like a word play on words. I was like, let me see something different. Okay, they will understand it. Because people get on, what does OWT? So it's just Out. Oh, okay. What does it mean? I can't tell you that.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, well, Damon, look, man, I appreciate you coming on here and like I said, sharing your story, letting people know your thoughts of your bumps and bruises and experiences going through the 203K process and what the 203K process has allowed you to do, and even I would even say maybe even encourage you to do from going through that process of demoing that house yourself. So again, thank you for being here, man. And I know somebody who's watching this, they're gonna be like, you know what, I can do that. I can do that just from having heard what you
You
said.
can do that.
I can
You can
do
do
that.
that.
So I mean, of course, the
Mm-hmm.
motivational speech you added in there as well, man. That right there, yeah.
Well, you can
That's a
do,
winner right
and
there.
they say you could do anything with a plan, man. Anything with a plan. You know what I mean? That's long you put that plan together and you remain consistent to it. And I guarantee you can do it.
Consistency is key. Yep. All right, brother. Well, we'll be in contact. But again, thanks for coming on the show. And thank y'all for watching. And I will see you guys the next 203K Tuesday.
Thank you,
Signing
brother.
out.
Root to the good brothers.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. Thanks for watching.